Morning, everyone. Morning. Hope everyone's well on this very sunny and warm. Is it Tuesday today? I know I always say it is Tuesday today, isn't it? Yeah. Tuesday morning. Beautiful. No doubt Sheriff's going to give you the weather report, but I'm getting in first today because I'm speaking first, all right? So yeah. I'm looking out the window here, all right, and my old sundial thing says it's 22 degrees already. I don't know about how it is for you lot, but the sun's out, the sky is blue. Tottenham avoid relegation. Now we can sit on the loo. There you go. Happy days. We've stayed up, people. We've stayed up. We're still in the Premier League, but I've got to say, but, right? Mr. Charrington, the non-executive CEO, has drafted up a little letter, probably AI or something like that, and give it the usual absolute gumph. I was going to say bump, but and that as well, gumph and bump that they send out every year. Yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, which we'll get into. Listen, you know it, and I know it, right? And give your main reason, Mark, that you texted me this morning, yeah, about, we've had the Robertson thing. Yeah, if you stay up, I'm coming. Senesi, yeah, if you stay up, I'm coming. Now they're banging on about Silvinho at Man City again, right, this morning. You sent a straightforward text back this morning when we was all talking about this in the WhatsApp group. Can you remember what you put?
I remember.
Message, Mark, please. Could you enlighten all the wonderful fans that are tuning in this morning?
I remember, first of all, good morning, big up, chat, like and subscribe and all that nonsense. First of all, though, I forgot yesterday because I may or may not have been hungover. I got to give a shout out to my mate. This is serious now. This is beyond football.
Yeah.
I had some devastating news Saturday.
You did?
Yeah, my mate.
Yeah.
Arsenal fan. Mate. Has got, what the bloody hell is it? Oh, Jesus, I had it in my mind. This is my mind, mate. He's got cancer. He's got cancer.
Right, okay.
He's got the one that blokes get.
Yeah, prostate.
Prostate. That's the word. He's got prostate cancer. And he's been for one appointment and they said it might have spread somewhere. Right? I was absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
Banter aside. Gordy, if you're watching this, mate, I love you, bud.
There you go.
Get well. Whatever we say, you wind the shit out of me and I wind the shit out of you. But God, get well, mate.
Yeah, please. Get well soon, mate. Get well soon. We'll all be thinking of you, Gord, right? And it don't matter who football don't come into it at the end of the day when it's personal stuff like that. So listen, Gord, I hope everything turns out all right for you. All I can say to you is you got a good one there, mate. So listen, you keep him informed, and if you need anything, you make sure you tell the sheriff. All right, Gould?
I've already told him. I've already told him he needs anything. I know he's got to go to Taunton.
Yeah.
He's got to go to Musgrove Park, the hospital in Taunton, for something. I don't know what, but
yeah.
I even said to him, if I'm not working, mate, I'll take you down there.
There you go. And that's what it's all about. But anyway, yeah, big up, Gould. Anyway, the message in the WhatsApp group this morning after we were all talking about, or can you remember what you put in the WhatsApp group this morning?
Yes, I put in there, I believe, paraphrasing what I put in there.
Yeah.
I believe we hear this nonsense every summer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a week till the season ticket deadline. So you got to renew. Happens every year. It happens every year. We're linked with blah, 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 insert players' names,
Yeah.
insert a player's name. We're linked with all of them. And then as soon as the deadline passes, so all the fans have been sucked in and bought their season tickets,
Yeah.
highly inflated prices, in my opinion, for the product we actually get served up, or they get served up. Let's get that in there. Then it's, oh, well, we did try. Every
What?
year it's the same. Every year.
What?
It's no different.
What cheesed me off this morning, Mark, is all we've heard for the last 4 or 5 weeks is they've been after Robertson since January. Well, they wanted him in January, apparently, but Liverpool weren't prepared to let him go. Now, all I've read in 3 or 4 different places over the last 4 or 5 weeks is as long as we stay up, Robertson's coming. As long as we stay up, Sinisi's coming from Bournemouth, which he might well do.
On a free.
Right? Which is fine.
Both of these are free transfers, mate.
Yeah, they're free transfers, right? Which is fine. I haven't particularly got a problem with Robertson coming to Spurs. I know he's getting on a bit, and his legs might have gone a little bit, but he's got a wealth of experience, which I think will be great in the dressing room, to be honest. And he'll play his part on the pitch at some stage. I've got no doubt about that. We're going on about Robertson, and so now they're talking about Silvinho again. Right? Or Savio, whatever you want to call him, right? Listen, I done my nut on that last January, and when we never got that over the line, I was not happy because we needed a left winger badly.
Yeah.
Right? They got played again, as usual. They got played again. Yeah, he's available. No, he's not. Pep wants to keep him. Oh, all right, if the price is right, and whatever. Right? Now, we've had a player in our team all season that I would imagine quite a few people would probably say, after the shockingness of what we've watched for the last 2 years, but this man came in on loan, not even a Spurs player, and scored serious goals, scored the goal at the weekend that got the win over Everton. Now, he's put a letter out as well, and the way that he has worded it, he's gone. João Palhinha, he's not signing for Spurs. He's not signing, mate. He ain't going. He's either going back to he's going back to Bayern, or he's going to go to Sporting. The problem is with going back to Sporting in Lisbon, in Portugal, is that the sort of money that he earns at Spurs, their top players are nowhere near that.
Yeah.
They're nowhere near it. So unless he comes down in his dough expectations, I doubt he'll be going there. Right.
I also saw another thing where he was thanking Tottenham. I've only just seen it. I was looking at Facebook before I come in the backstage.
Yeah, that's the letter that he wrote. Yeah.
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 And it said, why would I not want to be here?
Yeah, he did put that. He did put, why would I not want to be here? But if you're on loan, and I would imagine you've been told by the club, for argument's sake, listen, we are going to sign you. We're just working out the details with Bayern. You know how it is. And then we get to the end of the season, and it still hasn't been dealt with, as in-house, so that it would be announced on the first day of the transfer window. Yeah. It doesn't look like that, Mark. It looks like they're doing the usual. They're pissing about again. The usual story. Then the letter from Charrington comes out yesterday. Yeah. With all the gump and bump in it. And we'll talk about that. I just think nothing's changed, Mark. I just think it's when Langer does his sit down, and we talked about that during the season, didn't we? And after January, there was only 33 transfers or whatever they were. And we only go after players that we think are going to improve the team, even though we've got 15 out injured. Yeah. Let's get that in there.
And even though we've just sold Brennan Johnson and Kudos is now injured.
Yeah.
Even after all that, we've got no one to play on the right.
No, I get you. But what I'm saying is, when they sit him down, if you'd have took this year's of what he said, it was just like last year's, just a few name changes and words. Yeah, but it was the same thing. They might as well, I don't know, whatever they do, AI
Copy and paste it. Copy and paste.
Copy and paste and change the words.
Yeah,
right?
and just change a few like names and
that letter from Charrington, again, who is a non-exec, right? He's writing the letter. He's writing the letter after the game has finished. Yeah. And bear in mind, apparently in the program notes, there was a big space where there should have been a comment from one of the bods above, like there is generally.
There was there?
Yeah, there was. They didn't put anything in there. That's what people were saying.
I'm amazed they never got an advert to put in there immediately.
Yeah, well, listen, Charrington's now come out and said what he's going to say. Does anyone believe in this chat, right, that anything is going to change at Tottenham? I think it's all words, like it normally is. They might go and get someone, don't get me wrong, or two. They might buy the marquee sign and everyone goes, oh, wow, Tottenham are scary now. Do you know what I mean?
When did they ever do that?
But they might go and buy that 60 million quid player mark. Who knows? And they'll go and get a couple of whoever's and 3 kids, and we'll be back to where we was again. Yeah. It just does my Sweden, mate. Yeah. This club, they never learn.
Never change, never learn.
I've got the gist from the statement, Mark, that he's saying. He said at the beginning of it, and again, I'm sort of trying to remember what I'm looking at it. I'm not actually looking at it. He said we sorted out basically the structure at the top. Right?
Really?
Yeah, they did that last year. So he's saying allegedly is we're quite happy with who we've got. Right? He's saying that Lang ain't going nowhere.
That's what I read into it as well. Vinay ain't going nowhere.
And probably Vinay's going nowhere either.
Yeah,
where does that leave us? Because they're also talking about bringing in Sebastian, forgive me if I butcher his name, Kiel or Kel, however you pronounce it, from Dortmund, right, as a joint DOF, or whether he's in charge and Langer goes back to doing the youth stuff. I've got no idea. But listen, this geezer's wrecked Dortmund, mate. He's made a lot of bad decisions. We don't need bad decisions anymore, Mark.
No, Christ, no. There's been enough of them for the last 26 years. I mean, what I took out of it is nothing is changing. They're just going to be the same. Winging a prayer FC, do stuff and hope it works out. No real plan. Did you see the 5 points of his, they were allegedly the positives? We are going to build a squad. Hang on a minute, that's your bloody job.
Yeah.
And did you notice as well, in that whole thing, there was nothing about winning anything. All it was is we want to compete. There was nothing about. Now, surely, even if he'd have put that, people would have said, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
You would have thought from whatever he is in the club, he'd have come out and said, look, we want to win the league.
Yeah. Why not? I get it.
Why not? But there was nothing about winning anything.
Because there's no ambition there, Mark.
There is no ambition. We've been saying this since this channel started. There's no ambition. They're not interested. All they're worried about is the coffers coming in the door.
Yeah.
Why do you think there was 2 for 1 beers 3 hours before the kickoff?
Don't forget the most important bit out of all that, what you just said there. Yeah. And plus they're all wankers. There you go. We'll get that one in there straight away. He leaves the swearing to me. Sheriff, let's say a few hellos to people.
Yes.
And then I'm going to whack the link in the chat a bit earlier today, and we'll see if anyone wants to come on.
Yeah, first one in. I'm not sure. This was quite late for you, Kate. 7:45.
Oh, Kate, what are you doing?
But she always starts by saying Pete Jones. I never see his messages.
No. I think Kate's just saying hello to Pete because they
Is
chat
this a
here
presumption that he's going to be in?
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think so. Oh, don't forget, Mark. Don't forget, it's...
Oh, shit, yes. Yeah, sorry, it's heat stroke.
Yeah,
it's
hang
heat
on, I've
stroke
got to
that I
adjust
got,
my
mate.
glasses a bit, Kate. Hold on. Here we go. Ready?
It's me being a bit senile and heat
I'm there,
stroke.
Kate. I'm there. There you go.
Don't do it too long, mate. Your arms out.
No, I'm done. You'll have to carry on. There you go, Kate.
All right.
There you go. There you go, Kate.
So I know your arms
Kate.
out.
Hope you're well this morning. See, we have our little bits that are different on this channel, and that happens to be one of them. Most mornings, if not every morning.
We may be honoured today, mate.
Go on.
Someone has just sent me a WhatsApp message.
Oh, yeah.
And said, could I jump on for 10 minutes, Mr. Sheriff?
Of course.
Mate, exactly. I'm just about to send him the link, mate. Do you want to carry on with the chat, saying hello to people?
Of course I will. Of course I will, mate. That's me. This one's me, by the way. This was me at about 7:47 this morning or something like that. I don't know exactly. Where am I? Yeah. Morning all. Hope you're good. Smash that like button, please. Absolutely all do. Morning to Stu. Hope you're well, Stu, this morning. Big up to you and to all in the chat, he says as well. Big up to all of you. Look at this. Sue's in early this morning as well. Big up to Sue Smith. Hope you're well, Sue, and keeping well. Nice to see you. Logan's in this morning as well, as usual. Big up, Logan. Morning to you. Jim is in this morning. Big up to Jim. The Trev of Tottenham is in this morning. Big up to you, Trev. Morning to you.
Big up, everyone. I'm busy typing.
Big up to you, Jane. Morning to you. Tom Kingham's in. Big up to Tom. Hope you're well this morning. And the great moderator is in the house. Be careful, people. Be careful, because this guy don't mess about. There we go. Morning to Ben Kaufman. Hope you are well this morning, Ben. Big up to you.
And this will spoil the surprise. You have the link, Ben.
Oh, right. Okie dokie. Oh,
and
right.
they know who messaged me.
Yeah, happy days. Big up to you, Ben. Colin Jones, big up to you. Hope you're well this morning, mate. We'll talk about it. Ben's coming on. I've got no doubt there'll be a few others as well. But we'll have Ben on for 10 minutes, as he hasn't got long.
He says he's not got much charge on his computer.
Yeah, fair play. Just jump on when you're ready, Ben.
Yeah. Just come on in, Ben.
Yeah.
I just text him 5-10, mate. We're going to do the hellos.
Big up Wembers, morning to you. I was listening
YouTube
to another
member.
podcast, and some knowledge revealed that supposedly when this Charrant guy joined the board, he asked how many players are in the team. Apparently so, Wembers. And this is the fella that's putting out whatever, what do you call it, Mark? I don't know, whatever it is.
Wafflage.
A statement.
Wafflage.
Of wafflage that they just have to do every year, mate. And they try and hype it without doing anything.
You can tell us Chat GPT or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I don't know.
AI crap, whatever it is. Who knows? Put your comments in the chat, people. Put your comments in the chat what you're thinking about it at the end of the day. We'll get to them. Morning to Drula.
Morning, Drula.
Hope you're well, Drula, this morning. You tell them, girl. Sub if you haven't. It's free to do so. Get them fingers pressing and the like button. Yesterday, I'll have you know, we was at 50 likes, but within 25 minutes. Have some of that. Right, we're going to carry on with saying hellos as Ben hasn't got long. Good morning, Ben. Hope you're well this morning. Big up to you.
Morning.
Loving the app, Ben.
I'm on holiday, mate. I'm on Spurs holiday. The bucket hat's on. I'm drinking some of Sheriff Somerset milk that I stole from him. Poor geezer, I stole all the milk from Somerset. Yeah. Spurs have survived like I said they would. And now it's time, as we boys say, major surgery. Major surgery.
Definitely.
But for now, we can chill and have our iced coffees.
I'll be honest, Ben. This Somerset milk you acquired at the coffee festival in London, I believe, I have actually never heard of it.
It's fantastic. You should all buy Widcombe Estate milk. And they won't. Widcombe Estate. I will get the bottle for you.
Is it Widcombe or Widdicombe? Because Widdicombe's down by my name.
It is Widcombe Estate milk from Somerset. Fantastic milk.
I've
Wonderful.
never heard of it.
And
Honestly.
as I like to say, boys, support the farmers because they fucking feed us. Support those lads and ladies.
If you don't, they will pitchfork you.
Absolutely, and they've got every right to do. They've got every right to do so.
Yes,
they are the reason we live. So support your local farmers.
Yeah. The pitchforks will be out, especially in this part of the world, and you'll get no scrumpy off them either.
Listen, 100%. I'm with you, Ben. No farmers, no food. It's as simple as that.
Support them. We've got to support them.
Got to support the farmers. Absolutely, Ben. Yeah, absolutely. I know you haven't got long, Ben. I wanted when Sheriff said you were going to pop on, I wanted to ask you about Peter Charrington's statement yesterday. Just the same old bunch of waffle for you, or do you see anything in it that says to you, hang on a minute, there could be something different going on here?
What's the old proverb, Cookie? We want actions and not words. Words are just little bits of thing on a piece of paper.
Why didn't we think of this?
I now want to see, and I've been having words with people, and I've been looking at the stats, and people are going to hate me for some of the players that I want sold. Minimum for me, Cookie, I want 5 strikers in. I want all the forwards at the football club gone.
Yeah.
Get them all out of my football club. Absolutely all of them. By hook or by crook. I want them all gone. I don't want... That is the reason we're in this... Injuries as well. Injuries have played a passive... The reason we're in this situation is because we've had to rely on a 30-year-old centre defensive midfield to score our goals. If it weren't for João Palhinha, who should have been named player of the season, it's unacceptable, and that's another conversation about Spurs fans having no talent IQ. Yeah. Absolutely no. They couldn't name a good player to save their life. We've relied on a 30-year-old centre midfielder to score our goals instead of our forwards. Get them all gone. Absolutely all of them. I want Mawani's gone anyway because he's a PSG player. He's gone. Manuel Solomon, gone. Solanke, gone. Richarlison, gone. Odegaard, gone. Get them all gone. They are all crap. I don't want any of this excuses. Oh, but Tell works hard. He works hard. I work hard. The Sheriff has seen me work hard. I'm not playing left wing for Tottenham Hotspur. I don't care. I want my forwards to score goals. I want another number 10. I love Kulusevski. You all know I'm a proud member of the KDL, but he looks like he's gone. He's done. Mm-hmm. He will never play football again. We need another number 10. We can't have this anymore. I've paid, and I will pay it tomorrow because the deadline's on June the 6th. I've got to pay £10,000 tomorrow. £10,000.
Jesus Christ.
£10,000 to watch this football club next year.
To get
£10,000. I want to see better than Tell, Odegaard, Solanke, Richarlison. And people say we're a big football club, and I'll happily yield to that if it's possible. I want to see 5 better forwards. I'm going to skewer all of them, Cookie. Bergvall is just another Lewis Holtby. He's not good enough for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Get him on loan. Get him on loan. I don't want any more children. We don't pay that extortionate fees to watch children play. He's not good enough. And the proof of the pudding, isn't it, is that we needed a goal and De Zerbi doesn't bring on Bergvall. He doesn't bring him on. Mm-hmm. He's not good enough. He knows. He's not good enough.
Yeah.
You look at the statistics of tackles. I want my central midfielders to tackle people. That's what a central midfielder does. We've watched the likes of Steve Perryman. We've watched the likes of Moussa Dembele, the likes of Palhinha now. All the great midfielders we've had. Archie Gray is made 11 tackles all season. All season for a central midfielder.
Is that 11? Is that the one that you put in the group?
Yes, 11 tackles all
Brennan
season.
Johnson made more than him. And
Brennan Johnson made more tackles for Tottenham Hotspur last year than Archie Gray, and he was gone in January.
There you go.
I'm willing to let them develop him. I want to see better central. We can't have a central midfielder play for Tottenham Hotspur that only makes 11 tackles. 11 tackles. I love you, Fonz Amano. I've seen your comment. Joao Paulinho made 114 tackles last year. That's a central midfielder. 114. 11 tackles. 11 tackles in a season for a central midfielder. Is he a sieve? That's a sieve. That's not a midfielder.
Per game, Ben.
Yes. 11 tackles a game.
Yeah.
That's what Paulinho's been doing. If he's got 114.
He's got 114.
Paulinho made 114. Paulinho made 114 tackles last season. 114. That's what. And I know now know what you mean, Sheriff. Big up. That's what I want a central midfielder to do. A central midfielder has to be tackling people, getting into tackles.
But it doesn't even look like we're going to sign Paulinho now, Ben.
No, it doesn't, does it?
It's gone. So, as someone put in the chat,
and it's not made up. I've not got this stat out my ass. I've not found this stat. This is an actual statistic. 11 tackles in a season for a central midfielder. I'm sorry, guys, if you love him. I like the kid. I think he could be a decent footballer. But 11 tackles for a team like Tottenham Hotspur, and that is not good enough. Not good enough. And they've named him player of the season. 11 tackles as a central midfielder. It's embarrassing. Basuma, he's gone because his contract's out. Vicario, fuck him off. He's useless. Dragashin, gone. Get them all gone.
But they're not going to do all that.
Exactly. So again, it's back to the Charrington comment.
Yeah.
And it all leads into it. And so I can tie this in a knot.
Yeah.
Actions, not words. Actions, not words.
We hear this waffle every year, Ben.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We hear it every year. You can guarantee you got to pay 10 grand soon. Everyone else has got to pay at least 1,200 quid, whatever the cheapest ones are.
Yeah.
And every build-up to the deadline for the season tickets, we're linked with players like Yamal and all this sort of nonsense, you know?
We just need better footballers, don't we, Mark?
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm not asking for the earth, am I? I want strikers that can score goals. I want midfielders that can tackle people. And midfielders that can pass a football. I can pass a football.
I can pass a football and I'm 57. So there, Ben.
I want my midfielders to be able to tackle and pass a football. That's not a lot to ask for, is it, Cookie? That's not a lot to ask for.
It's not a lot to ask for that your strikers actually score goals and your midfielders actually tackle people. That's the minimum standards.
Simple.
That's the minimum standards for a football team.
It's such a little thing to ask, isn't it, boys? It's such a little thing to ask.
Top-line professionals here. Yeah. We're not talking about like under nines on a Sunday morning. These are players that have been scouted throughout their lifetime. They've got to where they've got to. Surely they can tackle and pass a ball.
So Archie Gray earns 75 grand a week, and he's not worth that. I'm not singling the kid out. He's 75 grand a week. So let's do that. 75,000 times 4 times 12. So he's earned 3.6 million pounds. 3.6 million quid he's earned. Divided by 11. So he's earned per tackle. He's earned £327,000 per tackle.
That's good work if you can get it.
I need a better job.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I need a better job.
Do you reckon I'd get in if I turned up?
Probably not, Mark.
No, probably not. No,
they'd probably say your accent's funny.
Yeah, you speak funny. Bugger off.
Get off
Get off my training ground.
Around the pitch.
Get off my training ground.
Get off my land.
Yeah, get off my training ground.
Get off my
it's all back to it. Romero's is the prized wanker in that dressing room. That is the prized wanker in the dressing room.
What did you make of him coming back for the game, Ben?
I want to use the P word, but I think it would get you demonetized, and I don't want to get you boys demonetized.
Yeah, no choice.
He is the worst captain in Tottenham Hotspur history.
Agreed.
The worst captain in Tottenham Hotspur history. And the fact that he came home tells you that all his people said they're going to skewer you, mate.
Yes.
And he came back because he knew that the facade was over, that he went to watch a football game in Argentina rather than the club that pays his wages 200 grand a week. 200 grand a week. They're paying him to be our captain. Thanks for the trophy. Now, fuck off.
There you go.
Get out of my football club. He is the worst captain in the history of the football club. Gary Doherty was better. I think he wore the armband a couple of times. Anthony Gardner. These are people you never expected anything of because they were crap. But they gave their all, didn't they, boys? We've seen some shit centre-backs at Spurs, but they gave their all.
Yep.
Week in, week out. Michael Dawson. Romero hasn't got a toe on someone like a Michael Dawson. Toby Alderweireld skewered Romero over the weekend as well. Rightly so.
Yeah.
Talking about what a defender of a football club, a big football club, supposedly, a captain. Toby Alderweireld. Romero isn't 1% of a defender that Toby Alderweireld is. Not even 1% of a defender.
No.
We've been spoiled.
Who would you keep? I know you're telling us who you get rid of.
Yeah.
Out of what you've seen this season, and obviously injured players that we haven't seen a lot of, if there's any, if for argument's sake you said, right, we're having a right clear out here, like proper teams do. Do you know what I mean? If they was in this situation, I'm having a right clear out, but this is who I want to keep out of this group, because De Zerbi said in his thing yesterday, and the gist I got of it was that he was in a roundabout way, without being too direct, saying there's 11 or 12 players out of this squad that are good enough to be here. The rest of you can fuck off because you're not good enough.
I think that's being nice, to be honest. I think that's being nice.
Go on, tell me from your point of
Van
view.
der Ven's good enough. I like Kinski. And he's had the what's it called? He saved us this year, Kinski. So Kinski earns a spot. I'd keep Xavi. We have to keep him, but I keep Xavi. I keep Kudus. I keep Pedro Porro. I keep Benson Kerr. Benson Kerr has earned the right to be here next season. He's earned the right with some of his performances. I keep Conor Gallagher because I like Conor Gallagher. Any more?
I'm just thinking.
Did you see Sherwood on Sky?
Yeah.
When he did the get rid of... He had bloody Madders.
Madison. Madison's my last one. I keep eight players. I keep eight players.
He had Madders, Gallagher, all in get rid of list.
He's an idiot, isn't he?
He's an
idiot, isn't he?
I thought that, to be honest.
I keep 8 players. 8 players are good enough.
Yeah.
The rest of them, cart them out. Cart them all out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, De Zerbi's already come out and said like 11 or 12, he reckons.
That's what he reckons, apparently.
I keep Paulinho, but Paulinho is not at the football club because his loan has ended. So I'd re-sign Paulinho. It would be 9 with Paulinho, but Paulinho is not our player.
Is there anyone out of players that are out on loan, Ben, just asking, that you would actually just sell now? The time has come to sell. I know you said Solomon's at Fiorentina now anyway, but players like Ashley Phillips, Mikey Moore.
Phillips, I would put on the bench next season to see if he's good enough in the cups, because we are going to be playing cups.
I'll say to you, Ben, I've watched him 3 or 4 times.
He's a good defender.
Do you know what? He's turned into a man, you know. He's
Yeah,
really,
he's a
I
good
know he
defender.
was big anyway, but he's proper filled out. He uses this all the time. You know, you could hear him at the match all the time.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
What you want your centre back to do, isn't it, Cookie? You want your centre back to be a talker. Vuskovic, I keep. Unfortunately, as much as I love the boy, Jamie Donnelly has to be sold. He's not good enough, unfortunately. He's a really good kid, but he needs to go. Mikey Moore needs another loan move because he's still not a man. As well as he did at Rangers, he's not a man yet. Send him back on loan to Rangers. They love him up there. Alfie Devine, don't tell Daigle this. I don't think Alfie Devine is going to be a Tottenham player next year.
I hope you know the sign now has gone up in Toronto in the sky.
100%. Well, it gets him out. It gets him out of bed. So if I can say something to get him out of bed,
there'll be a sign in the Toronto sky now.
The only thing I would say is loan Alfie Devine to one of the newfound Premier League clubs: Hull City, Coventry, and who's the other one?
The other one. Coventry,
Hull, and
who's the other one that went up?
I ain't got a clue.
Was it
Chat?
Middlesbrough? Not Middlesbrough.
No, Borough lost in the final, didn't they?
Yeah.
Who's the third one?
It definitely wasn't Southampton.
Ipswich.
Loan
Alfie Devine to one of those three newfound Premier League football clubs. Loan him to one of those guys. See if he can do it in the Premier League. Because if he can't do it in the Premier League, sell him.
Yeah.
There's a reason that Ipswich are only trying to buy him for £5 million. If he was a wonder kid, Ipswich Preston would have gone, all right, I'll have that. We'll find a way to pay it off. We'll find a way. If he's really that good. They're still haggling over £5 million. Because that's the option to buy him for. We've got to be cutthroat now. And I've said it on my stream. I've said it on Tottenham on Tour. For the money that Spurs fans have to pay, I don't want to see any more children play for Tottenham Hotspur. I don't want to see children play. I want to see... Oh, yeah, Will Lancashire, give him a loan in the Premier League club as well. If you want to give Lancashire a go off the bench, I don't see any reason why not. He scores goals. I'd rather have him than Randall Kolo Moani. That's for certain. But saying that, I'd rather have you two boys over Randall Kolo Moani.
I'd
rather have you two.
I'd do a better job
more effort.
Actually.
Well, you were better at football, weren't you?
Mate,
you was better at football than me, boss.
Some of these footballers, Ben, that command this money that we've watched this season, you know, when Moani came in, Ben, people had different opinions about him.
Yeah.
Right? And it was all done late. And then when we had the dead leg saga, do you remember the dead leg saga at the beginning of the season? It went on and on and on. And I thought, there's something not right here. There's something not right. Whatever it was, nearly 4 months altogether, I believe it was, with a dead leg.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you. I've had a couple of dead legs in my time playing football, and it didn't take 4 months. He might have had complications with it and whatever else. But whenever you've seen him play, apart from the Aston Villa game, what has he done?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I've got to add another person to my list, by the way, so I'm going to make it 10. Kevin Danso. I really like Kevin Danso.
Yeah. Listen,
solid defender, Kevin Danso.
Old school.
Works his arse off. Of course, we could get a better centre back than Kevin Danso on the football, but you need a bit of a mixture, don't you? Let's say Senesi comes in. Apparently, Senesi is close to being agreed. And we could sell Van der Ven then. I think we'll probably keep him, and he seems to be happy under Roberto De Zerbi. Mm-hmm. But you need two centre-backs that do two different things. You can't have two centre-backs that do the same thing. You've got to have one that's dominant in the air, and you've got to have one that's good on the floor. Of course, you would prefer if both your centre-backs could play football, but as a standard, you need one who's dominant in the air from set pieces, because set pieces are now going to be very important. The Arsenal have showed this year that, and we showed as well, set pieces have saved us. The set piece coach, whatever his name is, I can't remember his name. He needs to get the biggest bonus you've ever seen. He saved us this year, the set piece goals. The amount of goals we scored from set pieces because of the set piece coach is absolutely vital. So you need a centre-back that's good in the air to stop those set pieces, and you need one that's good on the floor to progress the ball. And I like Senesi. Some of the things that Senesi can do, and he was voted Bournemouth's player of the season. So
there you go.
Get Senesi in.
What do you say to this comment, Ben, in front of you now? Because what you said about Gray earlier, with his tackles.
So he made what? So he made less than a tackle a game.
Yeah. So my answer to that would be, right, Passanada, is that we all know that Archie Gray wants to play in midfield and he's meant to be a midfielder. So that's fine. He only played 13 times in midfield. It don't say a lot if he only made 11 tackles. Are we saying throughout the season, wherever he played, Ben?
Yeah. Wherever he played, he made 11
if he
tackles.
played left back, right back, centre back, which he did at times throughout last season, and he still only made 11 tackles.
That's even worse.
What would you say to that?
It's even worse, isn't it? It's absolutely right. If you're playing left back, the thing you've got to do, someone that played as a crap footballer, by the way, I'm absolutely awful. Right back, what's the first thing? Stop your winger, tackle him, drive him out, don't let him cross.
Show him the wrong side.
If you are a defensive player or a midfielder, you've got to be making tackles. It's basic. It's basics. Win your duels. Win your second balls.
Yeah.
If he's played 13 times, I want him to win minimum 6 tackles a game.
Exactly.
6 tackles a game.
Yeah, 13 times. That's like
especially a team like us boys that are losing every week. I want him to be making tackles. If we're losing every week and we're constantly being attacked, he's got to be making more tackles than that.
Spot on, Colin, by the way. And you know this is a major gripe of mine. A major gripe.
You've got to put them together, though, don't you?
Of course, do both.
You've got to put them together.
You move on. I get that. And, you know, like we've all used our eyes over the years, and then the stats thing comes in, and I get it. But the problem is, it seems like Tottenham have gone right the other way, and they're not using their eyes at all. And they're just looking at bits of paper. Yeah, go and get him. Go and try and get him.
You need to use both of them, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like playing FIFA Manager.
People who only use their eyes will sign someone like a Lucas Bergvall that runs around like a lunatic, but actually does nothing.
Yeah, I get you, Jeff. See, Ben,
You've got to put them together. That is why I like a player like Conor Gallagher. His stats say he makes loads of tackles. He wins his duels. Yes, he wasn't brilliant for Spurs last year, but you saw when Roberto De Zerbi put an arm around him, he started to improve massively. Against Everton in the first half, he was industrious. He was winning tackles. He was making shots on goal. None of them came up. But that's against Villa is what you want from Conor Gallagher. Stopping the other team going, and people say, well, Villa played out their C team. And we still beat them.
You only beat
convincingly. I might add into that as well. We beat them convincingly.
Yeah.
So C team, D team, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. You just got to beat whoever's in front of you on the day.
On the day. That's all you can do.
On the day, that's all you can do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. It's not anyone's fault that
you can only do
ups, is it? Or whatever. Go on, Ben.
But you can only do what you can do.
Yeah.
But I don't know about everyone. I don't know what everyone wants their central defensive midfielder, because supposedly he's a number 6. He's supposedly a number 6 or a number 8. A number 6 or a number 8 has to be making tackles. They've got to be making their tackles. Win your duels. Win your duel and move your ball. Win your tackle. Moussa Dembele was a prime example how much I loved Moussa Dembele.
I was just about to mention him, Ben.
How much I loved Moussa Dembele. He'd win the tackle off someone. He'd drop his shoulder. He'd run through 3 players and move a ball forward. That's what I want my number 8. Victor Wanyama. Victor Wanyama was in every tackle. Joao Paulini is in every 114 tackles he made last year. 114.
And remember how many games he never played?
Yes.
Well,
And that's one of the reasons why Thomas Frank is proven to be a wet wipe. Because, oh no, I don't want Bentancur and Paulinho. This isn't the Tottenham way. I want to play young kids and I want to play football. No, you play your most experienced and you play the two in midfield that works. If it ain't, and we weren't losing games when we had those two in midfield. Yes, we weren't winning games, but we weren't losing them either. If you're picking up a point here and there, you can always improve your goal scoring acumen. But you play the moment Bentancur and Paulinho went back into that team, we started conceding a lot less. I think it was in De Zerbi's games. I think we only conceded 17 shots on goal, something like that. I think that was the statistic.
Yeah.
And before that, it was something like 40. We were conceding shots after shots. And it's no wonder why Vicario was conceding so many goals. He was getting 10 shots a game at him.
Of
course. The amount of games
definitely tightened up.
The amount of games that we did a watch along, I haven't been on all of them, but the amount of times we were doing a watch along and me and you were swearing at the TV, Matt. Look, he's just run through the whole of our midfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another shot.
Wide open.
Make a tackle.
Yeah.
Put your foot on it. I know it's the oldest quote in the game, isn't it? Put your foot on it. Put your foot in. Stick your foot in.
Yeah.
The greatest exponent I've seen of that, but there's two. Graham Roberts, you didn't mess about with him. He'd have you in the stands. Stuck his foot in. And obviously Dembele. When he had the ball, mate, it was glued to him. Glued to his foot. All the ex-players that trained with him said you just can't get a ball off him, even in training. My God, what a player he was. Tackles, winning the ball back. It's like you said, Ben, drop a shoulder, glide past a couple of players, pass it forward to Ericsson or Sonny or Kane.
Sonny, Kane. Yeah. That's what you want your midfielder to do. Win your duels.
I've said this many, many, many times on this channel. We have gone from 3 or 4 years ago, Son and Kane, to the dog shit we got now.
I don't even want to talk about that because after his quote yesterday, I put it in our group chat that we're in. It infuriates me because one of the first players that came out yesterday and said how happy he was that Spurs stayed up was Mr. Harry Kane.
Yeah,
he was on over the moon. He scored a hat trick in a final, and you'd think that all his focus. No, he loves Tottenham Hotspur. He loves Tottenham Hotspur to the inside of his bone. Forget the skin and bones and the blood. He loves every Tottenham Hotspur, every fibre of his being. He should be at this football club, and the reason he isn't at this football club is because of those wankers upstairs.
Yep.
He loves Tottenham Hotspur. He absolutely loves. If we had an ownership that cared about the football, he would still be there scoring 60 goals a year. Yeah. He loves Tottenham Hotspur.
To be honest, the mistake they made is not building the team around him.
100%.
Showing the ambition, build the team around him, and he would have stayed. If we'd have actually done something and maybe actually won something, but if he could see the progression that we were getting better year in, year out,
he'd stay.
He would have stayed. He would have done.
Big up, Rodders.
Big up
to you, mate. Big up to everyone. How much battery have you got left, Ben?
I've got 25%, so I'll give you another 10 minutes.
Look at that.
I'll give you another 10 minutes, and then I've got to jump off.
Ben?
It is charged, but my battery doesn't charge because I need to replace it.
Is Coffee Company on this afternoon?
It is on this afternoon at 2 p.m, the usual time. I don't know if Daigle is awake and wants to do it.
Pass. I haven't seen him in the comments.
No.
I'll speak with Daigle.
Yeah.
I'm amazed he hadn't come on as soon as you mentioned Alfie Devine, because the signal would have gone off over the Toronto, probably 100%. Sunny Toronto skies. Let's get this in there. It's probably hot than it is over here now as well.
Let's have a look.
roasting over here today, isn't it? Just for anyone else, sorry, we've gone on and on and on and on. The link's in the chat now, by the way. I've just put the link in the chat if anyone wants to jump on and have their little say about what's gone on over the last, couple of days, really, since the season's finished, especially with Charrington's letter coming out and so on. Listen, Ben, is it just a case of these owners, they've come out and said Tottenham's not for sale. It doesn't sound like they're going anywhere. It don't sound like they're getting rid of Vinay or Lang by the sound of how the letter is. We're putting I think the word was structure. We're putting a structure in place which started last year, and we're only going to add to it. They were what he said. So by that, I'm assuming we're keeping Vinay, we're keeping Lang. We'll bring someone like a Kell in as another DOF, and then they'll get another tea lady, and they need to sort the medical team out. They need to sort the scouting team out. Ben, there's so much to do. How much of this stuff can they get done if they're going to get it done?
I refer to my previous statement. I want actions, not words. I'm bored of all these comments they give us. We need to see it now, because too many of us we've all aged 15 years this season,
and the rest,
100%. We have to see it now. I don't want words anymore. It doth butter no parsnips, in the words of Joe Lycett. It doth butter no parsnips. I need to see them getting medical professionals in from other medical institutions and not off LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn is a brilliant platform. We're a £1 billion business. £1 billion businesses don't hire.
No, they do, because Liverpool have done it, Arsenal have done it, other teams have actually put things into LinkedIn, so it isn't just Tottenham. Just telling you, because I looked it up and it is true.
We need to be pickpocketing. We need to be headhunting the best in the business.
Of course,
the best in the business.
But LinkedIn isn't a bad thing. It's what everybody keeps saying about LinkedIn. But other teams have also done it. Where you think it's a shameful thing because Tottenham have done it, but actually other bigger teams have done it too. So I don't actually see that as a shameful thing. Where everyone's like, shame on us because we did it.
The difference is, Mia, and I understand where you're coming from, but Arsenal and Liverpool have got their stuff set. They can now look for people they can grow. We don't have that opportunity.
But this was before they put stuff in LinkedIn. So it wasn't recent, like it was before they've done it. So what I'm trying to say is like, basically, it's not good if we do it, but other teams, despite whatever situation they're in, it's okay for them. It's not. It's
how
silly.
How many injuries did Arsenal and Liverpool have last season compared to us?
I think Arsenal didn't, and I don't know about. I can't remember Liverpool.
I think we had something like 60 injuries last season. I think we had something like 60.
I'm not sticking up for the medical team here at all. But what I'm trying to say is the LinkedIn part. I feel like people jump on that and actually don't realise that all teams, most teams do it.
What I'm saying is, Spurs outsource the majority of our medical system. We outsource it. The guy that's one of the heads of the Spurs medical practice works at Holly House Hospital in Buckerstill. So he's got another job whilst working for Spurs. That's not acceptable. The head of medical at Spurs should only work at Spurs. He should be there 9 to 5 or whatever the hours are. He should be there every single day. He shouldn't be working at another hospital. We should have specialists in that only work at Spurs. We shouldn't be outsourcing.
Do we know that other teams don't do that? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, in comparison, we're saying this, but I don't know how it works at other clubs in it, so I'm not going to comment because I don't care what happens.
I don't care what happens at other clubs. We had 60 injuries.
But I mean, if it's a way of what I'm trying to say is like, what's the common practice? If that is out of the remit of the common practice, then absolutely that's disgraceful. What I'm trying to say is that the common practice is what happens usually, and if that is the common practice for other places, then actually that's not a disgrace on Tottenham. That's obviously something that happens.
All I'm saying is, right, if you run a major business, you don't look on LinkedIn to employ your staff. You go out and headhunt and you go out and you headhunt the top of the top. Which
And
we
you
are
pay them,
doing.
and you pay them properly, Mark. And you
Yeah,
pay
and
them
you pay
properly
them
so they don't leave.
Exactly.
The link. That's what I said about the LinkedIn thing, though, Mark. Other teams do it, not just Tottenham. Put stuff into LinkedIn.
No, but if we were serious as a football club, if we were serious as a football club, and
you're saying that
actually give a
Liverpool
damn about anything, then they wouldn't do this.
But
we're worrying about what I'm trying to say is we're worrying about the wrong thing. The LinkedIn thing isn't as big a deal as people are making it. We need to worry about other stuff. It's the quality of staff that we're getting. It isn't about where we advertise. It's about the quality of staff. That's my point.
Mickey almost applied for the Tottenham Hotspur job. That should never happen. She's been a psychologist for a year and she could have applied for a job as a psychologist at Tottenham Hotspur.
But she might not have got the job just because you can apply for
any. With her qualifications, she would have got it.
So you're saying
she would have got it.
But you don't know that, and plus that means that she's good enough for the job. Anybody who's good enough for the job would get the job. So if you're not good enough,
what I'm trying to say is you're just the best. The best of the best need to be coming to Spurs now. The best of the best. We have apparently got the best training ground. We've got the best stadium. We've got the best this. We've got the best that. We've got the best beer from the bottom of the cup. We've got the best, but we don't have the best people. And that just sums up Tottenham Hotspur as a whole. We need to be getting the best now. We've got the worst injury record in all of the top leagues in the world of football. We need to be getting the best now. We need to say, who's the best at this thing? We're going to get them. We've got the money to. We're a multi-billion pound organisation. We're not in a position where we can say, okay, we'll put a net out and we'll have a look at people. We need people in now, which is why you go to the source. You don't cast your net out when you start getting a rod out. It's like you start getting a rod out rather than leaving the net for a day.
Quite right, Ben.
You need now. It's a now problem. If we didn't have these injury problems, then you can start casting a net out, waiting for the fish to come and see which ones are the best. Then you can cherry pick. We are not in a position to cherry pick anymore. We need to grab the best. We have to grab. You don't, as Mark would say, if you're starving hungry, you don't go to the lake, you go to Tesco. You go to Tesco and buy your bloody food because you go and buy your food. You don't... We need to get now. You can't have it anymore. We can't have that injury crisis again because it almost sent us down. We can't have it. And of course, some of the injuries, like the Maddison injury, was a freak. If you go by Maddison, they knew he had a partial tear in his ACL and he should never have been playing anyway. The likes of Kulusevski was a freak accident. The likes of Bentancur was a freak accident. The likes of Xavi Simons was a freak accident. But these freak accidents keep on happening, and something needs to change about it.
I just looked it up, and actually, it's standard practice for teams to have a doctor that also works at another job in like private sector or an NHS sector.
It might be, but we need to not be standard. We need to not be standard now.
But hold on a second, that is normal. So what I'm trying to say, for us to do that, that would be completely different to every other team in the league who don't have as many injuries. What I'm trying to say is that doesn't necessarily equate to us having more injuries. It's obviously the quality of them staff. It isn't about them splitting their job. You're splitting hairs about things that actually are inconsequential. Them things are something that happens more as standard. It's about the quality of the person, not that the fact that they've got that separate job, because that's normal. That's what I'm trying to say. You're all splitting hairs about things that actually are inconsequential.
We can't have this injury record again. 2 years of it now.
I'm not saying that.
I would actually say 4 years of it. You could also say these injury problems they've been around for a while. So obviously something they're doing, something other clubs are doing is different. So Spurs need to innovate now. We can't sit on our laurels. We've got to innovate. And if that means hiring someone to work at Spurs full-time rather than doing multiple jobs, that's innovation. It's innovation for Spurs. We need someone who's only going to work at Spurs because we need to sort this problem out. That's not
We do need to sort it out, but that's not the problem, because you can still have somebody who's crap at their job doing it full time. If they're crap, they're crap. It's about the quality of person, whether they split their job or not. It's the quality of person that is the issue. I don't think you're quite understanding what I'm trying to say. It's not about that. It's not about them splitting their job. It's about the quality of the person that we've got working there. That's the problem. It isn't actually the fact they do 2 jobs. That's inconsequential. That's what I'm saying to you. We're nitpicking about things that actually don't matter.
I think it does matter. I think it does matter, because we need someone there to make sure that we need someone that's overseeing everything. We need someone that's overseeing everything, because clearly something they have done is causing all these injuries. We need someone that's overseeing the entire thing. We need someone that understands what they're doing and overseeing the entire thing. And I understand what Drew, the person that sees me, Mr. Professor Parks, works at Adam Brooks Hospital, and he also works at a private practice. But we're talking about sports that are worth billions upon billions of pounds. Dr. Parks can do that because he's the senior expert of inflammatory back. He's the senior expert. So everyone goes to him, so he can do that.
But that's the whole point. It's about the quality of the person, not the actual other jobs that they do. Because if they're crap, like I just said, and they do it full time, they're still crap whether they do it full time or part time. It's about whether they do it correctly, doing the job correctly. That's the problem. Is making sure that the medical team are on point.
Would you agree though, Mia, that we need a proper medical person overseeing everything, and that means we need someone with both their eyes on everything that's happening. We need someone overseeing it all, because it's clear as day that whatever is happening at Spurs now has to change. Whatever we can do about it, it's got to change by hook or by crook. Whether that means sacking, because we had I can't remember what his name. And don't disrespect Mia World Under. It's not acceptable. The guy Scott, he was there under Pochettino. He was there for many years, and we never had these injuries. When he left, that's when these injuries came out of the woodwork. Then injuries just exploded. So we need, not only do we need proper professionals, we need someone overseeing it every day to make sure that the standards are right, because the standards are not acceptable.
We'll put it this way. In that statement, right, ENIC themselves have already admitted that they've done things wrong. They admitted it in that statement. They admitted it. And so as we've been saying on this channel since it started, the problems at Tottenham start at the top. And they've admitted in Charrington's statement that they've effed things up. Now it's about time they stopped effing things up and actually did something right for a change.
Can I jump in,
with the football club starts.
Sorry, Steve. We just had a back and forth. Sorry, Steve.
With ENIC.
I got me popcorn, guys.
No, but what I'm saying is the whole problem with this football club will always be the top. Them fuckers that are sat up there and do absolutely nothing to improve this football club. And they've admitted that in the statement.
That was the first words that come out of it, isn't it? They were the first few words that he said, wasn't it?
Exactly. Either shape up or
took
sod
our
off.
eyes off the football.
Shape up or sod off.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
I just want to go back on the whole injury thing, right? So a few months ago, I can't remember how long, another well-known Spurs channel had a medical guy that used to work at Tottenham, was in around Tottenham.
Yeah, I watched it.
And what he basically said was, if you keep changing the managers so often, right, they'll bring in their own guys or whatever to work alongside these people, and it's all down to like the changing of basically training and gym work and stuff like that. So if you have a manager doing it one way, and then another manager comes in, like say 18 months later, and does it another way, it has an effect on these players. It will have an effect on these players in the long run. Now, I'm not saying that's the whole reason. You've got to look at the pitch, because apparently the training pitch is the same as the pitch at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But he said, well, basically what he was saying was, you keep chopping and changing managers and how they do things and things like that, it's going to have an effect on people. Yes, no, I agree. The medical staff at Tottenham have been shocking. you've only seen that, like as you say, we've had problems for. Ben said we've had problems for about 4 years, but when you got players coming out saying, "Well, I had a partial ACL tear, but they didn't want me to have an operation, so they could made me continue to play." Do you remember that first interview you had Madison had with Frank at the beginning of the season? That first thing, he walked in. I think it was him and Dragusin walked in, and Frank said, "Oh, how's the injury?" He said, "Yeah, it's fine. I've been given the all clear." And what? 3 weeks later, he's got an ACL and he's out for the whole season.
Stinks, doesn't it? Stinks, doesn't it?
Does. And like with Javi Simmons, I mean, you can quite clearly see he was injured. Just take him off. Just get him off the pitch. No, we're going to bend his knee this way, that way. Oh, hang on. Let's use the magic spray because that fixes fucking everything. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Kudos. Another one. The Spurs medical team said, "Well, you need an operation, mate, basically." And he went, "Nah, sorry, I ain't listen to you." Do you know what I mean? So it speaks volumes. But I agree with Sheriff. Enoch, well, it started already, isn't it? What, with 2 days after the season, and it's already started.
And they're not going anywhere.
No.
They're not going anywhere. The club's not for sale, remember? The club's not for sale.
But, seriously, as I said the other day, though, or was it yesterday, if they don't change this summer, we are in deep trouble next season. Have they not learned that this season it was basically like make or break it was make or break, wasn't it, this season, basically? Because
last season was a warning. Last season was a warning, even if we did win Europa.
Ben, Ben, if you don't mind me going back to Ben Mark, right? Just as a thing, if you'd seen what you've seen at Spurs, right, especially this season, being so close to relegation, going down to the last game of the season, and you're an owner, right? Let's look at this from a not an Enoch point of view, but you're an owner, yeah, like you're owner of your coffee shop. So you want to do the best that you can do serve the best product to your customers. So when they pay for it, they think, "God, you know what? That was a nice cup of coffee. That was well worth that."
You've got to make money, but you've got to give a product. At the end of the day, football is a product. It's got to be with any business and whenever any product, you've got to be happy with the money you've made, and the customer has to be happy with the product they've received. But people know this. I love Coca-Cola. I'm absolutely obsessed with the stuff. Boom. I love it. I absolutely love it. But there are other Coca-Colas available. Karma Coke, make a good one. There's loads of them. I buy Coca-Cola because I like the taste of it.
You buy the wrong one as well.
Diet Coke, mate, is awful, and makes you go out to lose 17 times. It makes you go out to lose 17 times a day. But that's a different story. Both people have to be happy, because in a business, if you don't like the product you're receiving, like some coffee shops are now, like Costa Coffee, I'm gonna dig them out. They're selling coffees now for £6.
Yeah, I know.
£6 for a latte.
Me and the
I wouldn't go to Costa if I had to pay £6 for a latte. £6.
Can I just say, cheap advert for Ben's shop. If you ever want a coffee, hang on. The best coffee I've ever drank.
There you go.
There's got to be, if the customers are not happy with the product and they're paying too much, they're going to walk away and go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to walk away and go somewhere else. It's got to be a symbiotic relationship between customer and business. It's got to be. You've got to make your stakeholders. You've got to have everyone as one sort of community. You've got to do it. It's got to be quality product, and the customer has to be happy, because it's customer service at the end of the day.
The coffee shop that Ben recommended to me in my town, he recommended this to me, is up there with Ben's, but it's still not as nice. If you're in the London area, get round to Ben's and get yourself a coffee.
There you go.
Ben, it'd be like, say for example, you've got a successful business coffee shop, right?
It's not successful in any way, shape, or form. I'm trying my best.
Yeah, I know, but it's like you saying to me, "Oh, Steve, I want to go away for 6 months to travel the world. Will you run my coffee shop for me?" I've got no knowledge about different types of coffee and everything. You wouldn't have a business when you come back, would you? And it's the same with Tottenham. You stick non-footballing people on that board, what's going to happen?
You've seen what happens.
Exactly.
You've
It's
seen
only
exactly what
going to go one way, basically, and that's down. So it's basically, it's a stupid analogy, I know, but it's kind of, but yeah, it's it's only going one way at the moment, guys. And I think if they don't change, which that statement pretty much come out and said, oh, but there was nothing about winning things.
No, I noticed that as well.
To be honest, guys, I don't care about winning things for the next 5 years. We need to stabilise our football club. Forget winning anything. We need to build a football team. And that's Spurs. There are Spurs fans already saying, "I want to finish in the top 4 next year."
Right.
Forget it. Spurs need to build a football team. We've got to build a football team that plays well on the football pitch and wins games of football. We got to.
Did you see them 5 points? Did you see them 5 points in the ladder?
Spurs are not going. The only team that's going to win next year are Manchester City, Arsenal, possibly Liverpool, Chelsea if they spend a hell of a lot more money on their team like they're known to. The team, Aston Villa, spend very, very well indeed. We're not going to win anything next year, but what we can do is we can improve the football team where we can improve the football team and try and improve the stat. We cannot finish 17th again next season. We cannot do it. We cannot.
Did you see the 5 points? And did you see the 5 points in that letter? It was all about we must build a squad. Well, duh, it's your job.
100%. It's obvious.
All of it was like, well, duh, it's your job to do that.
Well, have you noticed
that's expected?
2 of the players we've been linked with in the last 24 hours, like obviously Robertson and Savinho, yeah, they were players we were going after before De Zerbi even stepped through the door. Now, the Senesi one, I don't know about whether or not he said something about it. I don't know whether that came out before he came in or what. I don't know. But there's already 2 players there that we were going for in January. So will they be De Zerbi signings or will they be club signings?
Believe you me, Steve, this is the same crap we get every year before the season ticket renewals. Yeah. There's always a list of players, and then the season ticket deadline will go, and we ain't signed none of them. It'll be, oh well, we tried. There was. I
can't remember who said it the other day. I saw something yesterday. I can't remember where I saw it, but I said I saw something about De Zerbi's been Mr. Nicey Nice basically because he's come in. He realised we need to get the survive relegation, which he has done. Okay, I know he gets a bonus for that, so that's fair enough. But he won't be Mr. Nicey now. There's no way he'll be Mr. Nicey now.
He's got the best out of them until he's needed to, hasn't he, Steve? Now we can start. Now he's got an opportunity to get the players. Well, hopefully get some of the players that he wants. And I said when I come to, we need to sign minimum 3 forwards, and that's another number 10 and 2 strikers that can score goals. That's the first thing we need is we need a number 9 that can put the ball in the back of the net. We cannot have it that we're being saved by a 30-year-old defensive midfielder is scoring all of our important goals.
They're not going to sell Solanke though, Ben, are they? They're not. They've just paid 60 million quid for him. What are they going to get back for him? What are they going to get back for him?
Any businessman knows if you've made an absolute stunter of an absolute crap, you've got to cut your losses. We've got to cut our losses on Solanke.
We know that.
Nowhere near good enough.
They do that. That's the thing, though, Ben. Would
they're not getting rid of Solanke. They're not getting rid of Solanke this summer.
No, they won't.
Look at Johnson, though, right? They bought him, and then less than 2 years later, they sold him for what? Less than they bought him for.
Look,
they cut their losses.
We have to be realistic here, guys. Like what we doing here? Like they're not going to sell every player this summer. It's going to take years to build a squad. Right, they're gonna sell Richarlison. Right, he was crying in the stadium at the end of the game. He knows he's gone. Right, Richarlison's got 1 year left on his contract, so they're gonna maximize what they can get for him and get rid of him. Right, he's gone, which means they'll need another striker. Right, Solanke will not be sold this summer. I'll be surprised if he gets sold this summer. Let's be honest, right? Because, like you said, Ben, yourself, we need 3 new attackers. Right. We need 3 new attackers.
That was me being conservative. We need about 5. We need 5 attackers to come in. That's me being conservative, knowing that Odeberg can't be sold because he's got an ACL injury. Xavi is I think Xavi is a top player waiting to happen. He just
Yes, I agree with you. I think
Kulu's
Xavi
not.
would be the best
Kulu
manager for
can't
him.
go because he's injured. Well, Kulu will never play a football match again. He will never play a football game again, in my opinion. He's done. He's done and dusted. He's not even on rehab. I saw him running on grass the other day. He's nowhere near. He's nowhere near ready. He'll never play football at a top league level again.
We have to wait and see with him. I also agree with you, Ben. I'm not sure he's going to play football again, but if he does, then we will have him back in the summer, I reckon. And then obviously Madison should be a lot more fitter by then as well, so he might be able to have some more game times by then. But it depends.
What do the Leicester fans call him, Danny? He's a 1 1/3 player. One third of the season he's brilliant. 1/3 of the season he's shit, and 1/3 of the season he's injured.
Yeah.
But whose fault's that?
It's ours again. No, Madison is still.
If he was like that at Leicester and then he's like that at Spurs, he's just brittle. Like a lot of our players, they're just brittle. They can't handle it these days. A lot of players can't handle it.
It means he's not doing enough for his own recovery.
That's not true either. You can be the biggest built, hardest man on the planet. If you've got brittle bones, you get broken easy. I've got mates 3 times the size of me, and they broke anything and everything because their bones are just brittle. Some people are just built different.
Football's a lot different now, isn't it, Dan? Football's a lot different. Exactly. They're playing, and now a lot of them, especially with international games, some of them are playing 75 games in a season. Yeah, with the amount of international football. And football's much faster. Football is so much faster than it was when we were watching football, and it's so much faster. We see more injuries. We see more calf injuries. We see more severe injuries like ACL, more tears and everything else. I think you can only blame the medical team so far on this. Because it don't just happen at Spurs. It happens everywhere. Yeah. But at Spurs, it happens to see more. One thing I just wanted to grab you on, Ben. That business thing you said. Morally, you're correct. Technically, you're wrong. Because you don't have to produce the best stuff to sell it. You should keep your customers right and everything. We all know this. But Spurs fans are the prime example of you don't have to do that. Now, with the owners, if they was to sit here and look at Spurs and say, right, what I need to do now is pump an extra 500 million into this club. Why would they go and do that when they're already making all the money they need to make with just putting minor amounts in? Wouldn't that be a poor business move? Depends what you look at. It depends on the business, Dan. Depends. I'm only speaking from my aspect as run. I don't run $1 billion business, so I'm running
about the football side.
It's Spurs need to just put money in where Spurs need to put money in. That's why we need to stop. That we need to be getting someone that understands what they're doing in terms of running a football club. It's why, as much as I hated Daniel Levy, sacking Daniel Levy on the spot was a dreadful business move.
Wasn't a good idea, was it?
It was a dreadful business move because you brought someone in Vinay Venkateshan that's never run a football club. He's never run a football club. He was the CEO of Arsenal, but he'd never run that football club. He always had people helping him along the way. So if you are going to get rid of Daniel Levy, which we all wanted, and I wanted rid of Daniel Levy as well, you have him train the next guy who's going to take over the business. So getting rid of him caused more harm than good because you've created, what's it called? You've created uncertainty.
I think it was the way it was done. It was the way it was done, wasn't it? They dropped him just like that.
I understand you. They saw a moment as the Lewis family, as it were. They saw a moment. It's reported they've hated him their entire lives. They don't like him. They really don't like him. The moment they saw they could get rid of him, they took every opportunity. But what they did was the best for them and not the best for the business. And it's another proof that they're incapable of. Levy should not. I think personally, Levy should have remained on the board for the remainder of the season, but you could also say he's not the chairman anymore. They had enough buying power; they can remove him from the chairmanship, without having a Bruigus, as we like to call it in the Jewish faith. But sacking him on the spot was a dreadful idea because you created more uncertainty for everyone than was need worth.
Do you reckon he's actually been used as a bit of a scapegoat?
It's possible. It's possible. They're still blaming him, aren't they, Dan? In that statement, Peter Charrington alluded to that Football Matters were not the prime directive of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club or Tottenham Hotspur PLC, because it's multiple. It's difficult to talk about Tottenham Hotspur as a business, isn't it? Because it's not one business. It is an umbrella organisation. There's Tottenham Hotspur PLC, which owns the football club. Then there's Tottenham Hotspur Stadium PLC, which owns the stadium. And then there's ENIC, who owns all the little businesses around the football club. It's cool. The only way I can explain this to people is the more businesses you have, the better it is for you, because there's less tax. Because if you make loads of money on one business, you have to pay far more tax. It's called little bit extra. You pay less tax, but on more things. So it's spreading out your taxation. It's making your business more tax efficient. You're
saving yourself money. You're
saving yourself money by having more. Of course, you have to pay more corporation tax because you've got more corporations. So, but you've also got less taxation because this one's earning this money, this one's earning this, and blah 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 blah. Peter Charrington has said he has given Levy the full both barrels, hasn't he? He has said that Tottenham Hotspur PLC does not prioritise football, and he has put both barrels on Daniel Levy. Whether he's a scapegoat or not, but at the end of the day, Daniel Levy is only 30% the owner of the business. The Lewis family own a lot more of the football club than he does. So they also...
They can basically tell him, shut up and sit down. He might be allowed to say something, but when it comes to the crunch, he only owns the 30%. They can basically turn around and say, sit in the corner and be quiet.
It's more buying power on the board. When you've got a board, let's say there are 12 members of the board, if you own 30%, so that's a third of business, you have 4 people on the board compared to 8. So whatever you do, if you've got 4 seats on the board, you've only got 4 seats of say. Whereas if they've got 70% of them, and then there's loads of little shareholders owning like minute percentages of the business, and as soon as they want to sell their part of the business, the ENIC is buying it up. Like it's
proven that they're not going nowhere. Basically, well, I say proven. I don't think.
Would you sell a money printer, Dan? They have built a money printer. Daniel Levy has built a money printer. What idiot sells a money printer?
It's a cash machine, Ben. It's a cash machine.
So where do they take it from here? If they ain't gonna wanna come this close to relegation again, yeah? This has got to be the make or break. I mean, 3 strikes and you're out for me, yeah?
100%.
In one aspect, the way I see it, they haven't even got to care about the football. What they need to focus on is what they're good at. And that is the business side of it. But because they've neglected the football side for so much, it's actually damaged their business.
Yeah.
So if they actually focus 100% on their business, which actually means making the football side bigger to bring the money in, then that's the way they got to do it. Whatever way they got to do it, they got to do something with this football to save their business. Because if we go down, it can screw them in every which way possible.
Especially the concerts, isn't it, Dan? Because the concerts require external planning permission, because you've got to go to Haringey Council and apply for an extra day, because they only
and then you've got to go and get all the
X
companies to get the doorman in there and everything else, and you've got to go to all the little companies to get the doorman in there, and the security and the police have got to be there and everything. But they've now got their final warning as far as I'm concerned, and they have to get this right. And for me, it's not even about how much they spend, it's what they spend it on. And I think a few Spurs fans are going to have to sit back and accept the truth. We are only Tottenham Hotspur. We are not a big club. We haven't been a big club for a long time. Yes, we might have fans.
Oh, don't say that, Dan. You get shouted down.
Let someone try. And then when it comes to it, as all we have
sorry to interrupt you, but I've been saying this on this channel and loads of things, and I get screamed down every week.
I've only been up about 20 minutes, mate.
No, I say it on loads of other streams. I say Spurs are now Spurs are a medium-sized club now, and it's okay to be medium.
We're not even that. We're not even that. Let me finish what I was going through.
Yeah. All right.
If you want to go through club size and you want to look on it on a business structure, we are bigger than Newcastle. We are bigger than Villa. We are bigger than Crystal Palace. We are bigger than other clubs you could go through. We are bigger than all of them. But that is purely because of the business. Nothing more, nothing less. And we have a big fan structure over in America and other places as well. Much bigger than Villa, much bigger than Newcastle and others. That is the only right we have to call ourselves a big football club. If you want to go by history and what we've won, we're not even a big club on that either, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, you can say we've won a lot of cups, but where have we won what a big club does? Where have we won Champions League, Champions titles? Where have we won leagues? Everton have won the league 9 bloody times.
Yeah,
we have won it the same as Derby. And I think some Spurs fans have now got to sit back and accept we are only Tottenham Hotspur and we are going to have to start from the beginning. But what I see happening is some respectable players getting bought and people saying, like they always do, he's not good enough. Like the prime one, when people tell me that Locatelli is not good enough for Spurs and Grealish is not good enough for Spurs. Yeah, well, and as it comes down to it, we've now got to build up and focus on something like finishing 10th.
Yeah,
and be happy if we do. And then focus on finishing 8th. And then focus on getting 8th again. And then build it up to 7, 4, and see where we can take it from there. But with this fan base who thinks
top 4 next year,
that Spurs are that Spurs are this massive football club, which they are not. And Spurs have this, we've got to get our mindset on what way we're going to play football. A lot of fans say that's not the Spurs way to play. And Frank bottled it and look what happened. We haven't played a consistent style of football for over 40 to 50 years, if not even 60 years.
Agreed.
So I think a lot of us fans are going to have to sit back and accept some players that we would not want to take, but accept the fact that the manager's got to get them in. Because before we start going for things, we got to go for safety now, haven't we? Surely we got to sit back and forget the top 4, forget the Champions League, forget the cups. We got to get stability back here where we stay in this bloody league.
I said, Dan, in a lot of our WhatsApp, I'd be happy with 13th next year if we're not stressed the entire season. No way going down. Build a consistent style of football. Start winning games at home because people are paying a lot of money to watch football games at home. And Spurs have, like, if you take my stupid season ticket price of £2,400 in a season, that's what is it? It's unbelievable amount of money per win. £2,400 for 3 wins.
Where do you sit next to the manager?
No, I don't even get a free drink. Shame on me for doing it for so long. Shame on me.
You just smuggle your own in, Ben. I've seen what you do.
I do smuggle my own drink. Why would I? Why would I pay £5 for a Coke when I can go to the local business? Because support your local businesses, support your farmers, support all the small people out there because they are the people that keep the economy going. I'm going to spend £6 at the local sweet shop, buy 1 million packets of sweets, a drink, a packet of crisps, a load of chocolate for £6. It's brilliant.
And when you go back next season, Ben, could you continue the pictures of the current
100%.
CEO? Yeah,
100%.
Yes.
And DOF, please.
I look forward to them. I look forward to them every Saturday or Sunday or whenever we play.
It's now, before I do have to jump, because now I've only got 20% battery, but I'm surprised the battery has lasted so long, to be honest. I was only supposed to come on for 10 minutes and it's been an hour, but it's wonderful. Spurs need to look at ourselves in the mirror. We need to start. Spurs fans need to grow a football IQ. I think Spurs fans need to realise that a central defensive midfielder makes more than 11 tackles in a season. 11 tackles for a central defensive midfielder. It's not good enough for Spurs. It's not good enough for a Conference League team and Blue Square Premier League. It's not good enough. I want my defensive midfielder to be making minimum 10 tackles a game. Spurs need to look at themselves and start reminding ourselves what a good football is. Look at the history and see what good footballers are, and not tell ourselves sweet little lies that Odegaard's a good footballer, that Kolo Muani is a good footballer, that Solanke's a good striker, that Richarlison is a good striker. We need to start looking at ourselves and say what it is. These footballers are crap. They are crap.
Ben, I've been... hello, everyone. Morning. Yeah, still morning.
Morning, Trev.
How are you all? It's not a joke. I am at work. I do actually work. But I'm the only one in today and all. Too hot for everyone else. But yeah, I've been listening to you, Ben, and I'm not a stats man, but you can't argue with stats, can you? And to think that when you mentioned about Gray, I had no idea it was that bad. But yeah, he says it all.
11 tackles in a season as and I know he's played as a left back, he's played as a right back, he's played all over the pitch as a defensive and a midfielder. It's even worse because if you're playing left back or right back, look at the greats, the likes of Cafu, the likes of Maldini, Maldini would be making tackles and if of course he would say if he had to do a slide tackle, he's made a mistake. He's made a mistake already, and it's the standards. A left back makes tackles. You've got to tackle people.
Yeah, I just can't believe, but stats don't lie, do they? And if you're only making that amount of tackles when you're playing, is it any wonder we are where we are? There you go.
And then defend the players at the same time as well. There's my
and
point.
Then,
you haven't got to produce a good business there because you can produce a crap business like players like that and people defend it. So
I like the point you made, Ben, before you go. I'm not a lover of Vicario, you all know that. I can't stand him, I'll be honest with you. But I like the point you made. If he's got that in front of him and they're letting the shots go through, it's no wonder he's getting peppered.
He's getting 15 shots a game at him.
That don't excuse him for not. Yeah, not excuse. That don't excuse him from not.
We conceded 17 shots in De Zerbi's total games. We received 17 shots at goal.
Yeah.
How many games did De Zerbi manage? 8 games, was it? 8 games he managed.
Yeah. So the difference between then and before they went back to using the men in midfield rather than the other two, I won't care to mention that a lot of people rate them. Well, I think it's less and less people rate them now. They're now realising they're seeing it. I
don't think they are, Trev. To be honest, I don't think they are. People are already saying, "Oh, we can get something out of him." And something I love Mikey Moore as a player. I think he's going to be a really decent player, and wherever he goes in his career, he's got a great left foot on him. And he's had a good season. Not going to blow him out of expectations and say he's a world beater. People are already asking an 18, 19-year-old to play left wing for Tottenham Hotspur next season. Spurs fans will never learn. Never learn.
No, we need more.
Loan Mikey Moore back to Rangers. Let him be a man. Let him grow up a bit, playing in a physical league versus people that will tackle you. They will. That's a learning experience for a young kid playing in an old firm derby.
In itself, yeah.
That's an experience. And the Rangers fans seem to like him, so let him learn there. Protect him from the stink of Tottenham Hotspur. Protect him from the big smoke.
Yeah,
do you think we're going to sign Paulinho? Because I know that there's people on certain channels have been saying we're signing him, but did you not see what he said yesterday?
I know, I saw it, Danny. I saw it, mate.
No. About him wanting to stay.
He does want to stay.
We're going to sign Paulinho, guys. We're not going to sign him.
Who's that, Danny?
Whoever believes that sporting rubbish is absolute rubbish. It's not. He's going to stay at Spurs. There's no way De Zerbi is going to come out and say, I want him 100%, and then him saying, I want to stay. It's
the football club are going to haggle, aren't they, Danny? We have a deal in place with Bayern Munich that if we want to make his deal permanent, it's 30 million quid. And I don't think 30 million is
it's not
bad.
30 million pounds. It's not. It's 30 million euro, 25 million euros.
Whatever it is, Danny. But you just know Tottenham Hotspur are going to try and lower that price down instead of just saying he's done really well. Joao Paulinho should have been named player of the season, and the amount of important goals he scored and 140. He's kept us up from the set piece goals.
Him and Kinski, I think.
Him and Kinski.
And Bentancur in the last 7 games, they've been our most crucial players.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to sign him. We need to 114 tackles he made as a defensive midfielder. That's what I want. So 30. If he's played, I don't know how many games Joao Paulinho played in the Premier League. I think it was at least 20. something like that. I don't know the exact stats of how many games he played, but that's 114 tackles in a season. That's what I want my central midfielder to be doing: winning the tackles, giving it to someone else that can create. It's simple. Of course, we need a better number 6 that can also play on the football. Like Dan said his name before. A dream signing is someone like Locatelli. Locatelli is a fucking genius. We'll never sign a Locatelli. We're not a big enough proposition for someone like Locatelli at the moment. Nowhere near ready for a player like that. But on that note, boys, I've got to jump because I need to charge my computer. Ben. But big up to everyone. Have a great rest of the show. 2 p.m. every day. The Coffee Company.
The only show. The only show
at 2 p.m. 100%. The most known small business in the world. It's not the most known small business in the world. That is a lie. But yes, head over to 2 p.m. at the Coffee. I don't know if Dave wants to do a TO2 show, but if we do, we do. And we can just have a laugh and be relieved that we've stayed up. But keep the faith, everyone. Hopefully Spurs actually do what they say they're going to do this time. But this is Tottenham Hotspur. But thank you all. Go and subscribe to the 2 Mark shows.
Well said what you said. That's why I come on and had to say something. Yeah, I think it was really well said what you said. Stats don't lie. Have a good day, mate.
Have a great rest of your day, everyone. And we'll see you later.
See you.
And everyone, if you're in the Woodford area, get over to, he's gone. Get over to Ben's and get yourself a pack of coffee.
There you go. There you go.
Stats do lie. Stats do lie a lot. I mean, in the game, it can get shown that you've had consistent passing and it's like consistent good passing when actually your passing's been about 4 foot away from you to the person next to you. Stats do lie. Very much so. Stats can say you've had several shots when it's gone straight over wide or didn't even reach the goal. A lot of stats do actually lie, and I think that's one of the problems when you do it for a computer looking for a player. Instead of just doing it, you should be doing it on the eye as well as the computer, shouldn't you?
Yeah, looking at the real stats. Yeah.
So in that aspect, it is stats do lie. I mean, we've got so much we got to sort out of this club. It is unreal.
Yeah,
where do you start?
Yeah. It's what they decide and what they believe is the most important thing to do, Dan, isn't it? We can all sit here as fans and say, yeah, well, that needs doing, that needs doing. For me, they've got to sort out. They've got to get, I don't know, a couple of people someone in from somewhere, whether it be an ex someone from the club that knows how the club runs a little bit better, maybe. I don't know if that would be a good idea, but they need to get competent people in.
Yes, they need to get some good scouts, don't they?
Well, yes. Have you heard the news about Toby Alderweireld? Because there was some reports saying that they might look to bring in an ex-player like him from an executive level.
Okay, that's interesting. I hadn't read that, Danny. To be fair,
no, I saw some reports on it, and for me, because I've seen a couple reports now on it, and if that actually would happen, I think that's a really good person to have in a footballing aspect. That from someone who is very well known at Spurs, who's very well liked by everyone, and also the fact that he was a top player as well. So and he's got a lot of contacts in the game, probably most likely. So he could come in and do a good job in an executive role as a footballing kind of person in the club.
Yeah, listen, me personally, Dan, I at the end of the day, yeah, he's an ex-Spurs player, but he also knows what he's talking about. I think it's imperative in some way, shape or form, like I just said, that competent people that know football. I just wish Enoch had stepped back a little bit. I wish them people upstairs would step back and just employ the right people to try and bring a bit of something back to this club where everyone can be a bit more aligned. When I saw that statement from Charrington, And it's just like I said to Mark earlier, when Lang was wheeled out, you know, at the end of the transfer window, like he normally is at the beginning of February. And it's just like rinse and repeat. And I read this morning and I just thought, this is another load of gumph and bump, Danny and everyone else. I just think it's a load of old shit.
Well, it's season ticket renewal season, isn't it? So, yeah, you know, sweeten them up quickly.
Put it this way, right?
And we still buy the crap.
Put it this way, right? Put it this way. Enoch would not get non-property people to build the hotel that they're building. It may be on hold. I don't know. They would not get non-property people to run all their bloody ventures that they do.
What do you guys think of these?
But why have they not got football people running the football side of it? It's gross incompetence is the word I'm going to use.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is this footballing people. I think that when you look at someone like a City, Newcastle, I don't think they're particularly football people, but they know how to employ the best in class. And that's the thing. You've got to be able to, if you don't know about it, employ the best people to actually have that knowledge.
They've been doing it for the last 26 years.
Point. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that obviously they've not been doing that. The fact is that we all say about having ex-players and stuff, but you already disagreed with an ex-player today. So what I don't actually know, because some footballers, although they know about football, do they know about the ins and outs of actual, when it comes to running a club, not just playing that game on the pitch? So you've got to employ the best of the best, like the best people who know their stuff. And I think that's where we go wrong. Not necessarily not employing people from who are Tottenham. I do think that's a little bit overstated, because there are plenty of people who played football, talk about football, but I don't think they'd have a clue how to actually properly run that side of football, if that makes sense.
Here's a perfect example. Harry Kane. No one can say he doesn't know what he's on about football. I'll tell you one thing. Him and his family didn't have a clue how to sort out a contract in his best half, did they?
No. Well, certainly his brother didn't.
Well, obviously Kane didn't, because he didn't do it himself, so he left it to his brother, and his brother screwed him over more than he realised as well. That's what basically Mia's saying. She's right. Just because you've played it doesn't mean you know how it goes on down the black hole, basically. I agree with what she's saying. She's right. You got to try and weigh it out. On certain things, you need more of a business person sitting there. When it comes to contracts,
but all I'm saying is, as far as our property ventures go, like building this new hotel outside the South Stand and all that, I bet they don't get amateurs in to do that.
No, but hotels are going to stay there for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. Players can stay there for 6 months to 3-4 years, basically.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, mate, if they're going to get the best people in to sort the hotel out if it ever gets built. So why haven't you got the best people in to sort the football stuff out?
I agree.
My point would be is that you're not going to get the best hotel manager to build the building. So that's what you're trying to say. The footballers that played football,
people that know the stuff that they're employed to do.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the whole point. It's not necessarily employing people who played football or were about the club know about that stuff just because they played football. Hence, my manager.
We should get ex-players in. I'm just saying we should get people who actually know about the running of a football club to run the bloody football club.
It's not even just that. It's just having football people in it. The problem we have at this football club is that there are not enough football people in the football club on the on-board level, in the executive level. We don't have any, right? You need to have the biggest clubs. They usually have people who have played either for the club or are played at a high level in the game, right? And understand football. Footballers.
You need both, don't you?
Yeah, you need both. You need to have the balance of both.
I agree.
Bringing in someone like Toby Alderweireld, for me, if they were to do that, that's a great move, because we need more football people on the board, right?
Haven't we got football people though, Dan? Sorry about that. In what are they called? Like Gary Mambert,
ambassador roles.
Yeah, yes. But they're not.
And what do those
do?
And everyone preaches them up so much, and what do? They just go with the flow, basically, and say what they got to say to earn the money.
All they're there for, Dan. All they're there for is literally just to be a face of Spurs for fans. That's it, right? As in, like from events or things like this, or these kind of stuff, right?
Basically,
I'm talking
about.
I know what Dan's coming to this. I know exactly where he's going with this.
Yeah.
Right.
And
right, it's fine bringing in someone like a Toby, right? And I get it to a point. If you remember, and someone might put me straight here, Ruud van Nistelrooy, when he packed up his career, he went back to was it PSV or whatever it was, whichever Dutch team it was. I'm sure it's PSV, and he was almost in the background. He wasn't the manager or anything like that. He was in the background learning all this stuff. Now I know that he went back to United for a few games managing them and all that, but as far as I know from what I've read about it, he has been learning about that side of it. He's like a coach as well, to go into a club like United, and he could be that type of person for them. So has Toby been sort of, learning this stuff, Danny? Do you know out there in Holland? Has he sort of took a back seat anywhere in any other club? And
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really followed it. I've only just seen a couple of reports saying that there's some rumours that Tottenham might want to bring him in some form of executive role. That's all I've seen. So
right. So in answer to that, Danny, if he came into the club, as you know, the ambassadors can't say anything against Spurs. Yeah,
of course.
They can't say anything bad against Enoch or anything like that.
I know that firsthand, mate.
Right. So if Toby came in a role, is he just going to be told, listen, this is how it works. You keep your gob shut. Just do what you've got to do. Keep everyone happy in your little role, and that's how it's going to be.
No, we don't know, do we? Possibly, it could be. It could be.
Ledley King. Basically, people ain't going to like the way I put it, but basically do what Ledley King and Gary Mabbott do, and that's be Spurs' little bitch.
No.
I'll ignore that comment about Gary Mabbott.
They're
I know, but it is true. They're told to go in there and shut their mouth and shake hands.
No, it's completely different roles. When you're an executive, you've got you're in the business, in the company, right, to make important decisions, right? So bringing in a footballing person, right, on an executive role is because you want someone to help you with footballing decisions that affect the football club from that level, right? An ambassador, all they are is just a piece for the club to show to the fans.
Exactly what I just said. Basically,
they're like a cheerleader for the club, right? That's what an ambassador is, right? They don't have any power, right? An executive.
I'm not saying they do.
If Toby Alderweireld was brought in as an executive director, right, it means that he's got a lot of power in terms of on the board level, which means he will be part of decisions that are made from a footballing level, right? Ambassadors do not. That's the difference. So don't get them confused.
No, I know what you mean when you say the difference of it, but basically, if someone loves the club that much, this and that and everything, but are more than willing to go about and wave their hands for it and everything just to get a couple of extra quid in their back pocket and wouldn't dare say a bad word about the board or anything else, does that just not show that they are very money orientated? I mean, I understand your job's your job at the end of the day, but these are meant to be Spurs ambassadors. These are meant to be people that love the club. These are meant to be players that we respect and have respected for what they've done at the club. Yet they just walk around with a smile, waving their hands and wouldn't dare say a bad word. It's just your job, isn't it?
Joe, I think if they've got Toby on, don't forget there's other members of the board and you can get outvoted. It don't mean you get ultimate say just because you're on the board, because the board has to vote on things. So you don't get an ultimate say. But what he would be there, I think, to do is just to be there for just the sake of, oh, look, we have got someone here. It doesn't mean what he wants actually gets put through, or what he says gets put through, because that's the way the boards work. Boards are worked on, obviously, voting on things. So it wouldn't necessarily mean he'd have an input, but it doesn't mean his input would actually make anything happen.
Well, basically, do you think they're saying they're putting him on there and putting him on there just to shut a few people up, shut a few fans up, basically. And if he comes up with an idea, it's shut up, mate, sit down. You ain't here to make decisions. You're just here to look good.
Yeah, that's
Just
why I
like
said
the
I don't
ambassadors
actually.
do, basically. Just there to look good.
I just don't think that people think like this role in like in board level is what people make it out to be. It's like they're going to go in there and have everything go their way, because that's not how boards work, regardless. So that's why I just don't know how much of if there's footballing people, because if you look at other boards, I just looked it up. They very rarely have somebody that's an actual ex-footballer. Like, it's more business people who employ the best of the best to be able to do the jobs that they need to do, because they understand that side of it. Yeah, they understand that side. Because, like I say, being an executive member of a board is very different to what you want on the pitch and the way that it's got to work. So, see, like us, we sit here and we say, oh, I want this player, I want that player, I want this to happen. Well, that's all well and good as fans, but how will that work in real life terms? And people don't like to hear this, because obviously people are like, but the football, but this. But if you think about it, it is a business, and you have to think of it sometimes somewhat like that. They have to do what's by the business. And if they don't think that's best by the business, they're not going to do it, are they?
There you go.
Basically, on the business side, I agree with you. You have got it is your job to get the best person to basically do your job for you. That is what you are sort of employed to do. I think the other problem is, it's like with a lot of things you can say in life, you have to have that piece of paper these days, not experience. What gets you? What'll get you a job as a plumber? 30 years experience, or 1 year at college. 1 year at college will get you further because you've got the paperwork that says you can do it. Because if you ain't got the paperwork that says you can do it, your 30 years are irrelevant, basically. Yeah, that's just the way the world works.
I think that's a bit extreme, Dan.
No, it's not. No, hang on. You can't get a plumber's job.
That's extreme spectrum, man.
No,
if that was me, if I was
let me finish what I'm going to say. Dan, wait, let me finish what I'm going to say. Legally, if I was to employ someone in my place to do a plumbing job that didn't have the certificate on him that says he could do it and it went wrong, it's void. No insurance, no nothing, yeah? You have to have the paperwork on practically 90% of jobs these days that says you can do it. But the problem I'm getting at, Dan, is me and you can go out and get this certificate within a year and legally do a job, where someone who's been doing it for 30 years, hasn't got the certificate, can't do the job. So what I'm getting at is, like, someone working on the Spurs board or someone working as a coach or something like that. I've got a level 2 in coaching in bloody goalkeeping and outfield. That was 20 odd years ago, but I've still got a certificate on it. But it's pretty irrelevant because I've got no experience on it. And a lot of people go out and do their coaching course, whatever, but they still haven't got a clue how to do the coaching. But you need to have the paperwork as well. It's where do you go for the experience, the paperwork? It's very hard to get someone who's got both.
I can tell you now, Dan, in the corporate world, it doesn't matter what qualifications you've got. It's about experience, right?
No,
it doesn't, mate. It doesn't. It doesn't. You haven't worked in the corporate world, right?
No, I've got a lot of friends who do plumbing and that, and I've done door work and everything else in that, mate. And if you ain't got the badge, you can't do it.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the corporate world. In the corporate world, it's more about the experience. They don't give a shit about what qualifications, what degrees you've got.
But if you haven't got the paperwork, you're void.
Do you know how many friends I know who've got masters in certain things and they can't get jobs because what do the companies say? They go, oh no, sorry, we need someone with experience. So how do those people get experience?
No, I get that, but you can't legally get the job without the paperwork.
No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay. It honestly doesn't. Not in the world, Dan. Come on, you know this better than anyone. It doesn't.
No, I know experience counts for more, but what I'm telling you is legally, even though experience counts for a lot more, in my opinion, yeah. But the way the problem is these days, whether it be coaching, whether it be whatever, unless you've got the paperwork, you need both.
But if we get back,
that's not true, Dan. It's not true, mate. It's not true.
But Danny, if we go back to what I was saying though, what experience has Alderweireld got in that sort of environment, in that sort of situation? He hasn't, right? He's got experience in football, yes. He's played for many years, watched the game, got tons of that. But in the actual board level, what experience does he have? He has none, right? So that's the point.
It does depend, Mia, on what they want him for, if they want to bring him in, right? None of us can sit here and say what is his job specifications, right? So we won't know what they want him for, if they even want him at all, right? So there's that element to it as well. He could be coming in or giving a title as executive director, for example, right? But then the only thing that his remit is to do, right, is to maybe be like what do you call it? Like to help with the decisions on bringing in football players. That could be his only remit, for example, right? So we have no idea what it could be.
And
you could give someone a job title, and it means absolutely fuck all.
Of course,
right?
But the problem is what experience does he have bringing in players? That's my whole point. Like we think he's a great player who's got great knowledge, but that doesn't necessarily make like what's going to actually, when he's got that decision to make in a big executive position, to actually make the correct decisions. That's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like it's an inexperienced thing to let somebody who hasn't done that before get it just because the fans want lip service from a player. Like that's kind of how I feel about it.
Fair point.
That's just me personally.
I think that it's a full story. Morning, mate. Sorry, guys. I think that's a full story, by the way. That you wouldn't get someone who's just finished football to go and be an executive director on the board. He's not got enough experience at that level within a football club to have that type of position. I mean, the argument would be is why wouldn't they just get a well-known sporting director who's worked at big clubs to do the same thing, or get Glenn Hoddle or someone like that nature. So I just think it's just paper talk or media talk just to stir things up. But I just want to say that it depends in terms of qualifications versus experience, having hired hundreds of people in my life and had massive teams, Dan is right in the sense that experience matters a lot more than qualifications.
I agree. Definitely.
However, if it depends on the industry, right? If there's certain certificates and qualifications you need, then you need them. So I wouldn't hire an engineer that isn't, back in the day, that isn't certified by Microsoft, or something like that, or Cisco or something like that. So it just depends on the position and the role.
But you would say, Maz, right? Like what I've experienced as well, and hiring people too. In that aspect, right? I've always gone for people with experience, right? I don't care if you've got a qualification, great. But if a person who's just come out of university and's got no idea what to do, I'm speaking to someone who's been in it 10 years and is like unbelievable at his job, I'm going to go with that person because he's unbelievable at his job.
I agree, Dan. But there's a lot of things you just cannot. If you did that, they can't do the job unless they've got the paperwork. There's a lot of things out there. So that's all I'm questioning is. Yeah, but
you're talking like what? Like you're talking about maybe like things like being a doctor or being a specialist in something, right?
It's just a lot of things they have that law on. I don't know
like,
how it
for
works
example,
behind the scenes in football.
A lawyer can't be a lawyer without passing the bar, right? So you'd have to get a qualification.
You have to get qualifications.
So of course I understand that, but
can you be a coach? Can you be a coach?
Guys,
can you be a coach without?
You're arguing.
You can be a coach.
It's such a stupid argument. You're both right. Guys, it's a pointless argument, guys. You're both right. Like, it depends on. I just said it depends on the industry, right? In the legal profession, you need to have, like, as you said, you need to have a law degree. Then you need to pass the bar. Right?
Yeah.
As a plumber, you need to have your relevant, I don't know, or gas safe or whatever it is, depending on the thing. In football, you need to have certain qualifications to coach and stuff like that. It depends.
Most of those people, Dan, right, who have got say 30 years experience, right, they wouldn't be allowed to work legally, right, if they didn't have their certification, right? Because if something happened, they could be sued, and it could even be prison, right?
Yeah.
If they go, so for example, a plumber goes and does a gas engineer does a job, right, and he's got no certification, something fucks up, and then the boiler explodes or something like this, right? And it causes damage.
It makes the 30 years irrelevant.
That
what I'm
person
basically
will go
asking,
to prison.
Dan, a coach.
Yeah,
Do
but
we go and get a
Dan,
coaching?
it's not. It's a bit. It's a
Okay.
bit. It's a very, very rare thing that someone
trying
in
to
the
ask
industry,
about
in
the
any
football.
industry, wouldn't have a certification to do their profession, right? For
So
example,
what
I'll give you an
experience?
example.
So what badge has Toby got to do what we are?
Who knows what he's been
supposedly
doing? None of
asking
us
him to
know.
do?
We don't know. We
It's
don't
not going
know.
to be experience, is it?
Yeah, well, exactly.
He's
But then
younger
you're
than
going
me.
on what you said then, right? He might have.
This is-
Who knows what he's got? No, we don't know. None of us know, right?
That's what I'm asking.
It's like wasn't it Will Still, right? Who was a manager who didn't even have a manager's license. So the team that he was managing were paying a fine every game for him to manage because they wanted him, right? So there are ways around things like that. It just depends on the industry and it depends on the job, like Matt said.
So with Toby Alderweireld, if it's true, then if he's got his certificate to do this or whatever else, same as you can have been a player for 40 years, but if you ain't got your badge, you can't legally do coaching at a professional team unless they do it behind the lines. What I'm asking is, okay, if you have to do something to do the job that they're asking Toby to do, basically, and you have to pass something, I don't know. That's what I'm asking, but
not for that position.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Dan,
so what
Dan,
experience has he got?
to be a non-executive director on the board, you don't need any qualifications. But what the prerequisite will be is what you've achieved in the industry, your experience and your knowledge. Yeah, right. And
that's what I'm basically asking.
Yeah, but this is what I said. He's too young, and he's only been retired for 2-3 years, I believe, if that. Right, it's far too young. Yeah, it's far too young and inexperienced at that level to be considered for such a role. Okay, let me put it this way: there's far more qualified people around Tottenham Hotspur to be put in that position. I mean, you named some: Hoddle, Mabbott, etc. They really want. Well, yeah, maybe.
But, he's had coaching, hasn't he? And he's been a manager as well. So you know.
Yeah, but again,
he's more experienced than Alderweireld, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, though, with someone like Sherwood, is that his experience would count against him because a board, especially at Tottenham Hotspur, and even in the other big club, will look at him and say, "Well, yeah, you failed where you've been. What have you done to prove that you've got the right decision making to advise us on X, Y, Z?" Which is why when you see people that come in that are unqualified, aka land, right? It's no wonder. And here's the most surprising thing that I heard. Apparently, he was an assistant manager for bloody Jamie O'Hara at Wolves, and he was crap. He couldn't take a training session. So how the hell has this guy managed to get into the position he's in? Unbelievable.
To make a few fans smile, basically.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
Who is that, Maz?
Is what I've basically been asking about everything, like with getting Toby into the board or everything else. Do you actually need the qualifications to do it, or is it just down to experience? Do you need both? That's what I've been trying to say the whole time. And I think there's things going to go on at Spurs.
A bit of both, Dan, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, I think at Spurs,
I don't
it's
think
going to come down to the
director-
fans. We are that easy to please, a lot of us, that you just put a face on the screen and people will smile and sit back and accept it. Things are changing.
It all depends. It all depends, Dan, because on what the remit is, right? Because if you're doing sort of financial work on a board, then maybe you need certain qualifications to be able to do that at that level, right? But if his job, like I said, is to be a kind of glorified scout, right, and they just call him something, right, he's not going to need qualifications for that, right?
He's going to know a defender if he sees one, isn't he?
He might do his courses, or he might even be doing them now. Who knows? But they probably need people with experience. But who knows what they want him for, if they even want him? Because it's only a report. So
haven't we got to get people on this board and also on this team and everything that actually know what they're doing as well?
Like a Ralph Regnick.
Just because you've been a player, like a couple of people have said, doesn't mean you know how it works 100% on the other side.
Yeah, of course.
He can look. I think he's just going in as an advisor because the board ain't got a fucking clue, have they?
Agree. That's what I think. It'll be some kind of form of advisor on a footballing aspect.
There you go. This is what I'm thinking.
Very possibly. Who knows? Listen, I know Rowley and Maz have only just joined. I just want to ask them the one question, just before we go, because the others I think have answered it already. What did you make, the pair of you, of the Charrington statement that came out this morning?
To be quite honest, I haven't seen it, mate. What did he say?
Well, Maz will tell you because you'd have seen it, ain't you, Maz?
I'll chat GPT.
I think it's recycled garbage that the board have said in the past.
Yeah, that's how I see it as well.
Yeah, it's the same shit every year. It's the same crap they come out with every single year.
Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. I'm waiting for the day that we actually start acting like a big club. You know, let's stop arguing whether we're a big club or not. Let's just like do the prerequisite is act like a big club. How about that?
Yeah.
It's a good start, isn't it? It's a good start.
It is a good start. It is a good start.
What do you think then? What do you think about the rumours that have come out today from Romano saying that Tottenham want Savinho?
Oh, I won't give up.
We heard that last year.
Yeah,
I'll give up with him.
It came out this morning.
Yeah,
Romano saying that Tottenham want him.
It's bullshit, Danny. It's the same.
I'd rather had Lockman.
Look, do you know what I see in it?
It's lazy journalism. That's what it is.
I see that it's season renewal, it's season ticket renewal time. So let's pump out a name that get them all excited, so they're sucker enough to buy them.
It's lazy journalism.
No. It's the club, mate, that are doing this because they want people to buy their season tickets. Renewals.
I don't actually think I think it's not clubs. I think it's actually agents, because agents want their players to be seen as being wanted. Everybody wants to be wanted, right? And then you're more likely to get more eyes on you if you're wanted. And then other people might go, well, I want him because you can't have him. I want him. Come on, man. It's just easy. It's agents, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's agents doing agents things.
I just don't trust them at all.
Don't trust DTA, as they say. Don't trust anyone.
Don't trust anyone.
That's what Stone Cold used to say that.
Honestly, when people
that's back a few years, mate.
when people say it's club, I don't think it is, because you see agents do it with all players as long as they want eyes on their player, because like I say,
they want
it's
the best
about
money.
Yeah, that's right. It's not
their client, don't they?
Exactly. It's nothing to do with the clubs. It's to do with the agents, because they're getting paid the big bucks, because they get fees if they get their client, obviously, to get bought. So it's not clubs. It's not Tottenham at all. I don't believe that. I believe it is agents.
Fair play.
That makes the most sense anyway to me.
Okay.
I think going back to Alderweireld, I think that as an advisor, he'll be good because he knows a defender when he sees one, doesn't he? Surely.
Well, you would have thought so.
Yeah, being in the game. So, could it hurt? No, probably not. But I don't think they're going to give him like final decisions and things, are they?
I wouldn't have thought so. Like you said, Rowley, more than likely, if it ever happened, it'd be in an advisor role as such. Well, let's see. Look, we're going to carry on the conversation tomorrow. We've done a good couple of hours today. It's going to keep rumbling all the way through the season, because I'm not letting Enoch get away with it lightly. There you go. That's why all you lot are on here, to give your views. We're going to do a quick shout out of your channels quick on the way out. Big up to everyone that's been in the chat. I'll go first, please. Make sure to like the stream and subscribe. We had some great guests on today, as usual. Some of them have only been on here for 10 minutes. I do apologise, but life goes on beyond Tottenham Hotspur, unfortunately. Listen, we'll work our way round. I'll say big up to Danny for being on this morning.
Big up, Trev.
We'll shout Trev's channel out as well. Let's go to Danny first. Dan, shout your channel out, mate, and anything you got coming up.
Hopefully start being able to get more done now that we got a lot of things out of the way. Just got a few basic things to build up in this place now. So over the next few weeks and that, I'll be doing a fair few more shows. Cheers for having us on, mate. Always a bit of fun.
Brilliant, Dan. Thanks very much. Trev, we haven't heard a lot from you today, but last thoughts, Trev, and shout your channel out, mate.
Yeah, well, you've all said, ticket renewal season. Same old story. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Hopefully, fingers crossed they're going to learn, but it seems like the same old spiel. And my channel is Tottenham Trev. Like I said, I think I need, is it 50 subscribers for I can start going live?
Something like that.
So,
I
a few
think
of you can sub to it. It's Tottenham Trev. I think it's underneath here. It's underneath my name there.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me
man.
get rid of that.
We'll bring it
Just
up.
sub for me if you like, and I'll start getting some content done. I am in the next year before I go away to Crete. We're gonna build like a little summer house in the garden, and I might make that part of my little studio for it all. You know, if I
There
get
you
up and
go.
running.
Happy days,
Why not,
mate.
Trev?
Happy days.
Why not?
It might
Why
take
not?
a little while, but I'll get up and running and be like the rest of the film stars, eh?
Yeah, fair play, Trev. Fair play, mate. I'm sure Drula will find your link and she'll whack it in. She's doing them as we go. Big up to Drula for doing that. Mia, we'll come over to you next. Final thoughts and shout your channel out, girl.
Final thoughts is that we need to do better. We must do better. We have to do better. Will they do better? Who the hell knows? Like, I don't know. I'm just a fan who watches it and hopes that we will do better, because obviously that's what I want for my team. But will they? Who bloody knows? But yeah, I'm over at Tottenham's Lone Wolf. I've got some more videos in the pipeline I'm planning. So I've got ideas and things getting sorted out. So if you give me a subscribe and press the notification bell, so you'll be able to know when my videos go out, because I'm a bit random with it. I need to do better and put them out at certain times every day when I do them. So I'm going to really try and do that, but it's not always that easy to do with the kids and the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I get it, Mia. I get it. It's all go. Thanks, Mia, for coming on today. Rowley, we come to you. We'll leave Maz till last.
No worries, mate.
Shout your channel out and your final thoughts about since the final ball has been kicked and what this board are getting up to.
I don't trust them, mate. I don't trust them. You know, seeing is believing, innit? Till the players' old shirts up, I don't believe nothing. That's the end of the day. They've got to be holding that shirt up at Hotspur Way. Yeah, and then you start believing, don't you? Because whatever they say is waffle, isn't it? Or it's media crap. That's all I can say.
A lot of it is,
my channel is Bikey Ed, and it's I'll probably be doing something tonight. Just keep an eye out. You know, you're all welcome to join. I've got a bit of a sore throat at the minute. I'll dry my throat out in this hot weather. Don't believe nothing. Don't believe nothing you hear, mate. It's just, you know, it's all hearsay, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, like you say, just you have to wait until they've any signings. We've got to wait until they've got the shirt up. You're spot on, Rowley. I don't believe anything until it's in front of me. Big up to you, Rowley. And Maz, we'll come to you last. Final thoughts, mate, and shout out your channel, mate.
Yeah. Final thoughts. So I'm delighted that the season's over. We can stop talking about relegation now until next season.
Until next season.
I would say history tells us not to trust Enoch. There's no evidence to say we should trust them. There's no evidence to show that their words mean anything different to any other season before that.
Yeah.
What I will say is I'm absolutely over the moon with Roberto De Zerbi. I think that he's a manager of the quality of a Redknapp and maybe a Poch, we'll see, right? And a Conte that we've had in the past. I think that you saw his true ambition and colours at the post-match press conference, where he instantly demanded better players. He said, we're going to have a party at 7 o'clock, but at 8 o'clock, we're going to start planning for the future and who needs to come into this club and who needs to go out. And that is music to my ears, because if there's anyone that's going to give me a Conte part 2, it's going to be him. And I'm really looking forward to that when he blows everything up when he leaves. So, yeah, that's me. Oh, and subscribe to Spurs Corner. We've been a bit slow in the last month or two because everyone's been super busy with life and work. But hopefully this summer we're going to do a lot more shows. I think Mari's going to do some World Cup shows as well. Might do some watch-alongs.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to get back up and running again, doing weekly or bi-weekly shows and stuff like that, and all that stuff. So yeah, please subscribe.
Brilliant.
And thank you for having me on.
Anytime, man.
No, anytime, man.
I'll be jumping on yours at some stage. Don't worry about that, man. Sorry I couldn't get on yesterday. Couldn't get on yesterday, mate, but it is what it is.
And I didn't even see it until Cookie messaged me.
Yeah, I messaged Sheriff and said, I just heard Maz shout out, Sheriff, if you want to go on, but you was busy as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
So it was, it was a bit mental. Look, please subscribe to everyone. Everyone's got different views. Dan, did you want to say something else, by the way, or was you all right? No, if you're going to answer.
I was just agreeing with Maz.
Oh, right. Okay. No
I was
problem.
just saying it's a poor man's Conte we've got, and I say that by what they've done. But he's a very similar person, and that's what I think we need at the club. I'm very shocked that the club signed him, I must admit, but I think he's the sort of manager that we need because he will speak. I don't think he's the one that sits there and acts like a little bitch. I think
he's the perfect manager for Spurs, and I'm so glad that we've got him. And I absolutely loved what he said in the press conference, where he goes, "Oh yeah, we don't need too many players, but then I only want to keep 10 players, 10 or 11 players. Maybe half the squad he wants to get rid of." So that was great. And also, I think the one thing I loved about that comment was that he's basically thrown it into the board's face, like publicly. Like he's saying that, look, he said it, we need to build a new team. I can only count on 10 or 11 players, right? And now it's Enix's turn to show them what they're made of, right? And if they're going to be the same Enix as always and completely let us down, and then we're going to have an explosion of the manager in the next summer, next season, and then we'll repeat the same thing again, or we're actually going to do something different. And I'm kind of with Mira as well. I kind of hope that it happens, but it remains to be seen. We have to wait and see. But at least the season's finished and we're in the Premier League, which was never in doubt.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see him go early. I want to see him get transfers in early. That's what I want to see.
Agreed.
I don't want to see this bullshit like, these emergency transfers because, we're a player out of position. You know what I mean?
I would like
someone's gone down injured.
Like 3 players signed before the World Cup at least. Like,
that ain't happening, Dan. Come on, be realistic.
Robertson and the defenders coming in, aren't
Robertson, Senesi, and say if they sign Savinho, right? Because he's not going to the World Cup, I don't think. So if that was to happen before the World Cup, that's a good start.
We'll see. Listen, the conversation's going to continue. Sheriff, want to say anything before we go, mate?
Right, everyone, enjoy the sunshine. Like and subscribe to this channel and everybody else on here.
Big love to the Spurs family.
Big up.
Yeah.
I thought it was me speaking.
Sorry, go on, carry on.
Oh, this is the outro, mate. You don't chirp in with the outro.
How dare you?
Have this.
Yeah, it's a novice. It's a novice. Sorry.
I blame Sheriff.
There you go. Right. Thank you.
Get off my land.
Yeah. I got a bloody pitchfork out. Bloody pitchfork out.
Go on, Sheriff. Finish up.
Big up the chat.
Meow.
Big up the panel. Over to you, boss. I'll let you do it.
There we go. And as always, come on.
Yeah.
You Spurs. See you tomorrow at 9:30.